Hey everybody, it's Emily, and this is a incredibly special Garbage Buddies Christmas slash Thriftmas spectacular. So maybe you've put off putting up your tree. Fear not, we will do it together. I am coming in hot here, getting some mud off the floor. You can see the bringer of the mud in the foreground, his little head. Well, actually, his absolutely enormous head. That's Chance. My cardboard fell down. Oh no. Sweeping the mud, and I'm gonna get my little dust buster to vacuum up some of the pieces of dirt. You can see I already have a very small Christmas tree up on the dresser, but I had an opportunity to get a much larger one from a Buy Nothing group. So I decided to go for it and create a lot more festivity in the space. And I moved a chair out of that area and a bin with some dog stuff, but I'll be honest, I did not know where to put the coat rack, hat rack thing, so it's gonna awkwardly stand there. Looks, yeah, it's gonna just be there. And I got that from a Buy Nothing group post as well. People who thrift and buy secondhand things are always so proud of it, and we're like, I got that for free, I got this for free. Yeah, we're just so proud. It's funny. But yeah, this tree, I was very excited to see it. Oh, yep, I noticed that the windowsill was kind of dirty, so this was a good opportunity to get back in there while the area was clear and hit it with the cleaning spray. But yeah, this tree, apparently it was being eaten by cats in its previous home, and it needed a new home for the safety of the cats, and I was happy to oblige. I had always wanted a white tinsel tree. Like a lot of people, I really enjoy that. Yep. Okay, time to rest for a minute. So we're back, and I was just saying that I really enjoy that kind of mid-century tinsel tree, kitschy type of decor, like pretty much everybody else. So I'm bringing a chair from the kitchen in here so that I don't have to stand up the entire time. Um, so here is the tree. Oh, Chance wants to investigate. Need a scissor. There's a scissor nearby, thankfully. The previous owners taped it for me. That was nice. Oh. And what's in here? Instructions. Very vague instructions. And mysterious pieces of plastic. There's the tree. It's very, very tightly packed in there. And it's not really tinsel, which I thought it would be. All respect to the fact that it was basically a gift, but it's kind of the material of a plastic bag. But I'm hoping that with some lights and some ornaments, it will look a lot cuter. So here's the instructions. I mean, the tree's only 3 pieces, so hopefully I figured this out. But maybe it's looking a little touch and go at this point. There's the little tree skirt. It's cute. It's got some glitter on it. Chance is still sniffing everything, as is his right as the dog. The star, cute little star for the top. Yeah, they really gave me everything I need, which I appreciate. Now this is the base that we're gonna put together. Yeah, I'll just speak in the collective because, I'm going to assume that you are putting together your own tree at this very moment, or you're decorating your tree. One sniff is never enough. He's snoring while I record this audio. Okay, put that under the tree skirt. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now comes trying to figure out what is the bottom part of the tree. Little tail wisp. Oh, so sweet. What is the bottom part of the tree and what is the middle? This is going to take me way too long to figure out. I think that I might have to do trial and error because they look very similar. Now, what is the bottom and what is the middle? The top piece looks different, but gosh darn it, that bottom and middle look pretty much the same. Am I really going to have to just go in there and guess? Let's see. The instructions don't help. Also, Chance already kind of ripped them in half, which is cool. Oh my gosh, he is really making a lot of noise in his sleep right now. Okay. So now, yeah, I know if you've had an artificial tree, kind of extending all of the branches can take some time. Extending all of the branches. And I know there's been a lot of debate in terms of, what is the most sustainable type of Christmas tree. And I'm not just saying this because this is a video about a secondhand artificial tree, but I think if you want a sustainable tree, a secondhand artificial tree really is the way to go. And there are a lot of them on places like Buy Nothing groups, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, those kinds of places around the holidays. So yeah, just extending all of the little branches, just trying to get it going, get it looking like a tree, somewhat. A white plastic tree, because that exists. Yeah, now it does, I guess. Yeah, and I feel like I have to take a moment as well to appreciate my Christmas sweater, which, yeah, it was also a thrift find. I kept going into my neighborhood Goodwill, trying to find a square picture frame, and I never ever find it. But once I did find this Alaska Airlines Christmas sweater, and I like it because it technically, I think it is an ugly Christmas sweater, but I think it is kind of subtle enough to wear normally as well. So I was warned about the tree that it was a bit sparse in the back and would have to face a wall. Well, I can deliver on that. So had to turn it around so that the fullest part was facing front. Now on to the top of the tree. Yeah, I've been on a mission to wear that sweater pretty much every day in December, and I definitely did not get enough compliments on it when I wore it to work. So, yeah, that was a thing. I'm pretty sure there was some type of nice looking cloud that I could see. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, definitely worth it to spend some time fluffing all of those little branches. Oh, okay. I see what looks like a mysterious hair in the side of the top of the tree. I hope it's a cat hair and not from somebody shimmying up the tree naked. It would not support a person's weight, but I'm trying to move on. Yeah, the rest of the branch fluffing is pretty uneventful. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, totally still on brand. Wearing the hat in the house. Wearing every single hat, even when I'm in my house. And that is the tree. Stepping back, making sure it looks all right. Well, there it is. That's a tree. It's looking a bit Charlie Brown. Let's put the star on top. But you know what? It isn't finished yet. We've still got lights and we've still got ornaments. Putting the instructions back in the box. Not like they were much help anyway. And let's find some lights. The tree came with one string of lights, but I got a couple more boxes from the basement. And if you want a Christmas miracle, you can consider the fact that I did not show you the creepy basement. There are a lot of really large spiders down there. So I think the lights were the most important part of this tree and a big reason why I wanted to get a larger tree. This one is 6 feet tall because I kind of didn't want to really decorate this year. I just felt exhausted and kind of depressed. Maybe you can hear Chance frantically drinking water right now, like he is lost in the desert. I don't know. But yeah, I was not really feeling it. But then I remembered just how dark it tends to get in the winter in the Pacific Northwest. When it's not rainy, it is often cloudy, and this house where I live does not get great light. It has windows, which is an upgrade over where I used to live, but the windows don't really collect a ton of light, so these trees are kind of a vehicle for a little bit more lighting in the space. And I realize it has been a pretty long time since I tried to put lights on a large tree. And I realize I don't really know how to put them on. Like, do they go around the branches or do they go around the trunk? So if this looks a little awkward or a little inexpert, that's because it is. It kind of feels like I'm trying to measure a wild horse with a tape measure, even though the tree is not moving. This is also a very long shot of my mid back, which I don't think is very exciting. But yeah, this is, oh my gosh, these tangles. Trying to get this all organized in my two hands is proving to be a little bit challenging. And over the past, I would say 2 out of 3 years with long COVID as something I've been dealing with, it has definitely been tough to be standing up for any long period of time. So I broke this video down into segments, and I definitely try to utilize the chair as much as I can. Is it really ornament time already? Oh, Chance is really interested in the ornaments. So, yeah, the previous owners of the tree, in their infinite wisdom, provided these plastic rainbow ornaments. And I have decided to do kind of a rainbow gradient from bottom to top. I thought that would look good, that would look organized. As somebody who had a rainbow themed 5th birthday party, I guess turning out to be queer was probably not a huge surprise. But yeah, there's quite a few ornaments in there, so I'm trying to find the pink ones for the bottom. That'll be like my red section. And by this point, I have definitely turned on 90 Day Fiancé. I think this is before the 90 days, for some background entertainment. And I'll be honest, I have been dealing with some pretty gnarly long COVID related cognitive issues lately. And I appreciate this reality TV show because it is recapping what is going on constantly. Like, if my brain was healthy, I would just be so tired of the constant recaps, but because my cognition and my memory is not really there right now, I'm thinking, yes, please tell me what's going on with, I don't know, Amanda. Sorry to use that as an example. That is not a fan favorite. I will say that the show also makes me feel extremely relieved to be single because, and you know, that's not a common feeling to really get from media most of the time. I will say that sometimes there's a couple that is pretty admirable and they seem to have a healthy, genuine connection, but most of the time it's more like, hey babe, we need to buy this house even though it has asbestos in the roof. Or, what about my sunglasses business? Or, I need this $2,000 puppy. Or, you know, I'm getting catfished. There's just a lot that can go wrong and is going wrong. Not that I take pleasure in people's pain, I really don't, but it just kind of makes me feel relieved that at least nobody is trying to marry me to get to the United States, which I don't even know why anybody would want to do right now. At all. Not at all. Anyway, that was a detour, but it's definitely, yeah, good to have some background while you do stuff like this, whether it's TV, podcast, music. If it wasn't bad reality TV, I would be doing some Christmas music. Sometimes the little hooks on the ornaments fall off, and I have to go into a little container and untangle out a new one. Realistic, um, realistic throat issues over here. Yeah, this is honestly another long COVID thing. I have basically been having an allergy attack for 3 years. Yeah, everything above the neck is kind of FUBAR from that. As an old professor of mine used to say, I feel like that's a very old-fashioned term, like an old army term, effed up beyond all recognition. And I do take antihistamines, but that makes everything up here super dry. And I feel like my super chill, super smooth, kind of guided meditation voice that I would like to do for these videos is not as good as it used to be. But if LeVar Burton could record his podcast through vocal strain, you know what? I can do it too. Although this YouTube channel is really nothing like his podcast, he's definitely still a huge inspiration for me, just as somebody who was a kind of a parasocial relationship that really helped me out during a hard time. And I still throw on his podcast, even though I've heard every episode multiple times when I feel lonely, when I feel like I need to hear a calming, understanding human voice. And it really is my goal to be that for other people, even though I don't sound like LeVar Burton. I never could, but maybe I can be like the LeVar Burton of the anarchist zine section of your library. Like, maybe I can aspire to that much. All right, well, it's kind of hard to see because I'm blocking it. But the tree is coming together. The rainbow gradient is doing the thing. It's gradienting. And I like how that's coming out. It looks pretty good on camera, I will say. I am using I think it's a 10 plus year old video camera for those who like vintage visuals. This is an older video camera that my sister kindly lent to me for my first video, the live at Lloyd Center SARS-CoV-2 video. And she has not asked for it back yet, so here I am. Thank you, Madeline. But yeah, the tree is super bright and I'm in the shadow. Yeah, there's that little packet of ornament hooks. It's coming together. I love it when a plan comes together. So I hope that this is coming along for you too in your space if you are also doing your Christmas tree or any other type of holiday decor. I know that Hanukkah is almost over, but I do have my menorah over on the dresser. I have one Christian parent and one Jewish parent, so we grew up celebrating Christmas and Hanukkah. Christmaka. So, yeah, we would celebrate Jewish holidays and pretty much Christmas and Easter. But I have only forgotten to light the Hanukkah candles so far on one night, which is a pretty good record for me. Yeah. I enjoy doing it, but sometimes with these rituals, I think they're a lot better in groups, and groups also provide accountability so that you don't forget to light the Hanukkah candles 1 out of the 8 nights. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with this channel, is provide that friendly accountability. Not like, you have to do this, and if you don't, you failed. But like, let's just gently do it together if we feel up to it, and we can try to think of ways to make it easier for ourselves in the interim. Blurry. Yep, a lot of rooting through the ornament hooks. I've been having some word finding difficulties, that's for sure. Y'all know word finding. Yeah, and on the dresser I have a little painting I did of my mom's cat, the beloved Carolina, and a print of an eye that I actually found on the side of the road across from the Goodwill, along with this really cool bird poster that's above it, and you can't really see it, but it's big and it's really nice. And it was just sitting on the street outside of this apartment complex, just, waiting for somebody to pick it up. And I'm just proud of my finds. What can I say? You have to be quick and be aware of your environment sometimes to find these things. It's not always easy. Going in for the green. Yeah, I think this would be next level if the ornaments were made of glass or if they were reflective. I think that would look a lot cooler. But I do like the rainbow effect because I just really like rainbows. Yeah, and the dresser I got from OfferUp, I will admit, I think I overpaid for that one because the bottom drawer is broken. Also, it smelled really funny, which is always a risk with these things. Although I did find some perfume in the bottom drawer, which was probably the culprit. Yeah, arbitrary throat clearing. It's getting to be that time. I think that the camera is so forgiving to this tree. The camera is just smoothing everything out in a really nice way. I like it a lot, actually. because I'm looking at it on the screen of my computer and I'm looking at it in real life and it looks a lot cooler on the screen. Which, hey, I'm not mad. What's going on now? Just some adjusting. Yeah, let's do those last minute little adjustments, make it look even better. It's not perfect, but you know what? It doesn't have to be. That's not the point. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's done. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Happy holidays if you celebrate. I really appreciate you being here. And I will be very impressed if you watched / listened to this entire thing. Oh, yep, we gotta dust bust the floor because there's some plastic needles. We can't have that. Gotta leave the floor better than we found it. Vacuuming those up. And, let's just get a little bit of the dog hair while we're at it. Why not? Might as well. There's always dog hair to vacuum. Always. See you next time. Thanks, y'all. Have a peaceful night.